Hello to all you wonderful people out there watching. Today we're going to create a breast cancer awareness themed tutu skirt. The supplies we're going to use are a crocheted band, but you can also make this on an elastic band. From a skirt to a dress, whatever you prefer. We're going to use some premium tulle, shimmering pink and shimmering white. We're going to use a darker shade of pink satin ribbon, and we're going to embellish throughout. Now we're going to attach these with hot glue. You can also use needle and thread to attach your embellishments. So let's get started. Since we're creating this on a crocheted band, we're going to use the slip knot method. Now I'll run through this pretty quickly, but you'll still be able to see as I do it. And we have several videos that slow it down for you as well. But we're going to really focus on adding the ribbon embellishments and creating them to the tutu skirt to make this into a breast cancer awareness tutu. The really cool thing about this is that October is breast cancer awareness, and this is going to be great for that time, or anytime someone wants to bring awareness to a cause that really affects so many. Doing the slip knot method, when you're cutting your tulle, remember you're going to want to double the length because you're going to fold it over. You're going to bring the ends together as you're folding it over. Now, if you want a more staggered appearance, you don't have to worry about that so much. You don't have to bring those ends perfectly together. Now take the folded area and squish it as much as you can, because that's going to go through the crocheted hole and it's easier to work with. Now going back to front, you're going to bring your folded area that you've squished through the crocheted hole. You're going to take your fingers and widen it just a little bit. You're going to bring the tail up, or the ends of the tulle piece up, and bring it through the hole you've created with your fingers. Now gently tug down. Remember, you don't want to tug really tight. This is going to stay if you gently tug down. If you pull too tight, you can make that hole really big on the crocheted band. Now you'll do this same process for all the layers you're doing. Remember that you don't want to start at the very bottom, that thin piece of thread or floss material, whatever it is called. You don't want to start at that very bottom one because it's thin and it can break on you and mess up the whole look that you're creating. And it's very hard to try to repair. And you don't want to end at the very, very top because it's the same type of string or thread at the very top as well. Alright, I'm going to speed through the rest of it, but you can still see what's going on. Alright, now let's get to the ribbon making. We've added all the tulle to our tutu. Now we're going to really make this stand up for breast cancer awareness, and this is where we're going to put our ribbon on there. Now once you've picked out the pink ribbon that you want to use, if you're going to sew this, you can also hot glue. Okay, totally up to you once you make that decision. If you're doing the sewing, just take whatever pink ribbon you have and your pink threads, kind of put them together, see which matches more closely and what doesn't detract, and that's how you can determine, because I, for one, could not find, I have 1,000 pinks and couldn't find one that exactly matched. Take your ribbon. I'm going to show you both ways, one sewing and one with the hot glue. You can make them all the same size, or you can mix and match. Remember, it's your creativity, so do it how you think you'd like it most. And that's all you're going to do here. See if you can see that. Okay. If you are going to do them all the same size, I would get all the ribbon pieces I wanted to use and use your first one, the length that you want, to cut, so that way you've got them all ready to go and you don't have to guesstimate. We're going to mix the different size of ribbon for ours. Alright, so put your thread on your needle. You can tie a knot at the end if you'd like. Bring it together. Remember, you can always trim it up a bit if you need to. Put your needle through both pieces Bring it up. Run it through again. Do it a couple more times. Just to make sure that it's secure. And when you run it on the side that you're going to put on the tutu, now just make a knot. Let's see if I can show you. And you can do this while the thread is still on the needle or not, totally up to you. It's just easier for me to grab. And just make sure that you've got a knot to make sure that it's secure. Nip it with your scissors. All right, and this is what we've got. This is one sewn. And this one right here is with a touch of hot glue, and I'll show you that one more time. I don't think I showed you a moment ago, and I apologize. Let's do a small one. Now don't forget, you're going to want to heat seal the ends, okay? And you can do that at the end or at the beginning, totally up to you. I usually do it at the end because I may want the tail pieces to be smaller. All right, put it the way that you want it to be when it's finished. Put it how you want it. Now take your glue gun and just put a dab of glue in the middle, in between both pieces. Now, once you've got that set, now you can add a little bit more glue if you wish. The key thing here is you do not want to add too much glue because it will look clumpy on you. And that is it. That's all you have to do. Now pick how you want the end to look. We're just going to do an angled cut. Now to heat seal, just run it really quickly, and then that will help prevent fraying. So we've got a couple of different ways. You can take the time and sew them, or you can hot glue them as well. Now let's show you how to place them on your tutu. Again, you can sew, or you can just simply put a dab of hot glue. We're going to use our fabric softener and water solution just to get this to lie down a little bit more than we usually have it when we want it all poofy. And this will make it easier for you to put on your embellishments. And in this case, again, it is our ribbon for breast cancer awareness. All you need to do is just put a dash of glue, pick where you would like it, make sure you move the rest of the tulle out of the way, press firmly, making sure that that glue saturates throughout the tulle and the ribbon. Now, if you'll notice, mine went sideways on me. So to fix that, take the tip of your glue gun, heat it just a little bit, and you should be able to move this around a little bit more. And again, it's based on your creativity, so if you don't mind it being sideways, then you don't have to do this step. And to reheat it, again, just rub your tip against the tulle and the ribbon, blow on it or flip it over, move on to your next piece. I'm picking my spot, trying to move the rest of the tulle out of the way. Got where I want it. Going to put a dab of glue again. I'm telling you, this tutu really wants to stay poofy. Press firmly, pushing that all together, tulle and ribbon. Again, you can use some spare ribbon to cover it, or you can use some felt or foam circles, or you can just flip it over, let it dry while you're working on the next piece. This one's already dry, so you can flip that. Something that you might consider adding, if you want, are some little rhinestone embellishments if you want to add a touch of bling to it. And this is how you do that. You just glue that on there. And that's kind of pretty. But you can do that at the end, so that way you're getting the full view and then deciding if that's what you want, if you think it needs a little something extra. Again, you're just putting a little bit of glue. These are lightweight, so you don't need very much glue to keep that steady on there and secure. Alright, I've got my tulle spot. I've got it away. Pressing firmly. Making sure it saturates. Flipping it over so I can move on to my next spot. This one doesn't want to. It wants to stay face forward. Alright. Pick your next spot. This is where I want it. Moving my tulle away. Now, I also told you about the alligator clip, the one that doesn't have teeth. You can use that to hold some of the tulle away if you are running into difficulty like I am here with the tulle all wanting to stay poofy. Put your dab of glue. Press firmly, making sure it saturates, and that's all you have to do. I'll finish this up and show you the end result. And here you have it finished. You can add more or less, totally up to you. This will puff out a little bit more, but I wanted to make sure we could get the whole thing beforehand on the video. And then if you'll notice that top piece right here that has the rhinestone, that's actually a pin, and you can put it as a hair accessory, or you can put it to go with the top that you're choosing to wear with it. So this is our breast cancer awareness tutu skirt. Thanks for watching.